Happy Sunday. How is everybody? You are at Stampin' All Day with Bev. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with me tonight. It's my Sunday Night Live. And we are going to start at 7 o'clock. I have a really cute card for you. It's a little pop-out card. Hi, Donna. And so I'm excited to show it to you. Well, you're just going to have to wait and see who's here. Hi, Bev. How are you? Hi, Karen. Nice to see your name. Hi, Diane. Hi, everybody. There's Jean. Welcome, all my friends. Welcome, welcome. We did another day of, hi, Florence. Yay, you made it on time. Woohoo! We did another day of baking today and giving bread out. Hi, Debbie. And it was, hi, Deborah. It was a fun day. You know, my daughter and I were talking and people are saying, you're giving away, hi, Joan, those loaves of bread. You know, well, it feels so good to give. It just feels so good to give. It just made our day. And everybody just appreciates it and loves it and is surprised. And so it's a great thing. Hi, my friend Maria. How are you? All right, let's see. One more minute. So let's keep talking about my bread. My sweet husband went online, Amazon, and he found some really pretty craft bags that have the windows in them so we could package up the bread. And of course I made little tags and everybody just really liked that. I still have some to give away, so I'll be doing that tomorrow. People are out and so they weren't home or available. But that was our day today. Yesterday, I just kind of hung out and did some gardening again. 7 o'clock. All right. So I cut myself off just like that. You know, my husband, some of you know him, and he likes to joke around a lot. So I'm standing in the kitchen. I have to show you. And I have on my camouflage today. And he's all, take pictures of my bread? Okay. I'll put it on after this live in the bags. And anyway, I'm standing there getting my phone ready. Hey, Roz. And he's all, hey, Bev, I thought you wanted people to see you. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, you're all in cami. They're not going to be able to see you. So crazy. So I just had to share that corny joke with you. All right, let's get started. So I'm using this cute, cute set called Love Cats. It's in the mini catalog. And I am not a cat person. I've had cats in my lifetime, but they both belong. The two cats I had belonged to my children. And when they moved away, when my girls moved away, they tried to take their cats with them, but the cats loved their home. They'd been there forever. They lived a really long time, so they stayed with us. And ever since then, I have not had cats. But this set really is adorable. So I thought, you know, I'm going to get this anyway. Hi, Louise. And have a lot of fun with it. Hi, Roseanne. So that's exactly what I did with this card. It's a lot of fun. I think it's absolutely darling, and I think it's very simple. So hopefully I've captured all of your attention with that, and you're going to like it as much as I do. So let's turn around. Hopefully you can see me, even though I'm all in camouflage. My darling husband, he is. He just cracks himself up, too. All right, for those who are here for the first time, my name is Beverlee Morales. Yes, I spell it with 2 E's, and I live in Tracy, California. I have lived here all my life. Hey, Nancy, how are you, my friend? I was born in Tracy, raised in Tracy, and still am in Tracy, so I guess that's where I will be all of my days, and I love it here. I do have a March host code. Here it is. So if you want to place an order with me, you can go to my website right here. And if your order is under $150, you can use this host code. I would appreciate that a lot. And if you do not, if you go over that amount, if you spend $150 or more, then do not use this host code because Stampin' Up! Is going to give you some rewards and you will be the host. I also have a YouTube channel. So if you have a friend that you'd like to share my videos with, my lives with, my replays, you can send them to YouTube if they do not have Facebook or if they would prefer to use YouTube. So there is my YouTube channel. And then please email me at mofun44@icloud.com with any questions or send me your address if you're the winner of the card, that type of thing. That's where I see most of my messages the quickest, is when I get an email. Here is the world card that I made. Hi, Linda. And there is a winner. It's going to come along with the matching envelope, and I am going to send it out tomorrow to dun, 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 Karen Kirschner. Yay, Karen. Karen lives in Texas. I have her address, so I will be mailing that off to you tomorrow, Karen. I hope you enjoy it. Look at this beauty right here. Oh my gosh. I got 2 snail mail cards. Hi, Marcia. This weekend, and both of them were on the same subject. I have to tell you, Florence and Roseanne Ramos, that you are the sweetest. They both sent me a card for my 28th Stampin' Up anniversary. Is that, oh, I'm glad you love it, Karen. Good, good, good. Is this not beautiful? And the thought to send me a card. Florence is one of my newest recruits. Look at the inside. Your printing, Florence, is beautiful. So I just really, really was touched with this card. Hi, Annie. Then look at this one. Congratulations. Look at this card. This is Roseanne Ramos. She lives not too far from me. She's one of my customers. And she sent me this beautiful card, also congratulating me on my 28 years of being a Stampin' Up demonstrator. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, Florence, I love it beyond love. It's just very, very attractive. You're going to be a fabulous demonstrator, so I'm glad you're on my team. And same with Roseanne. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous card. I took them out back with me yesterday morning, or not yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, and I was sitting out in the sun, and I just stared at them for the longest time. They both really touched me. Thank you both, ladies. Thank you so much. Now, if you place an order with me during the month of March, this is the prize you might win. You don't have to do anything else after you place the order. Your name will automatically be put in a drawing, and if you win, I will send you these blending brushes. So you still have some time for that. All right, so we're making a really cool card today, and I'm going to show you the things that I'm using. I use the 2022-2024 in color Baker's Twine, and I'm using the lighter blue color. The things that are not in the catalogs right now is a regular hole punch and then a 1/2-inch hole punch. For ink, I'm using the black Memento, and I am going to use a Cherry Cobbler blender pen, just a little tiny bit of coloring, little bit. And the basic folders, I'm going to use the polka dot folder. But I do have to tell you, I went online just before this live, and these folders, they're an online exclusive. They are not available right now, not until May 1st. So they sold them out really, really quickly. Here is their number if you want to write it down, and on May 1st you can get this 3-pack of folders. But tonight I am going to use the polka dot one. I also used the layering circle dies. They're on page 172 of the annual catalog. There is their item number, and you get both the scalloped and the regular circles. Hi, Cookie. And then, let's see what else. Oh, I mentioned, the online exclusives, the radiating dies. I'm not using the frames, the rectangles, and the circles this time, but I am using the heart again. So here's the heart. It's already out in my little tray. I'm just using that one heart. And then here's the darling, darling love cats. Hi, Tina. Hi, Debbie. I love what it says. I love hanging out with you. There's so many people I love hanging out with, so that is a great one, even if you don't use the cat images with it. Head over heels about you. Oh my gosh, how many people can we say that to? Our husbands, our grandchildren, our children, just, you know, a lot of people. And then if you want to use this during Valentine's, you can do that, or you can omit and just have hi there. But the kitties are all just adorable. I'm also going to use the variegated ribbon. It's very thin, it's very silky, and it's ombre, and it's just beautiful. So I'm using that as well. Okay. Two of the things that are important for this card. One is my Stamparatus. That's what I'm using instead of blocks today. And then a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. I happen to have the country gingham that I'm using. This is no longer in the catalogs, but you can use any 6x6, and I'm just, this is what I have left, and I'm just trying to use it up. I love this paper. Do I need to use this one? Yes, I'm going to use this one. You also will need your paper trimmer. Hi, Sandy. Welcome. All right, so let me put all my papers to one side and show you this adorable card. Let me see if my lighting can get a little better. There we go. Look at this adorable card. Super simple, stamped on the circles that I mentioned with the dies. Here's that beautiful ribbon. Here's the polka dot folder. Hi, Marcia. And usually when my cards are this simple and sweet on the outside, it's the inside that might grab you a little bit more. So here is the inside. Head over heels about you. And then the little heart. Hanging, and this one's with white baker's twine. But tonight I'm going to use the baker's twine from this pack here on the card I make today. So it's a little pop-up that says head over heels about you. You could also stamp the other cats that says I love hanging out with you because the heart is hanging. Oh, I'm glad you guys love it. Isn't it cute? Thanks for your little hearts and your thumbs up. That's going to put you in an easy category for me to count the numbers when I go to pick a winner for this card. So let's get started. All right, I am going to start with the card base. And this is Balmy Blue. I'm going to take my paper trimmer, open up the arm, and I just like using the ledge of the paper trimmer to get my cardstock even. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, I'm so glad. Thanks, Roseanne. Thanks, Cookie. I'm glad you love it. And then I'm going to burnish the fold, my bone folder. Okay. Then I have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white cardstock, and we need to run that through the folder. Debated about doing this part. I was going to do it in advance, and I said, you know, there might be somebody on here tonight that does not know how to use a folder, so I better show you. Most of you that I've seen the names so far, I know you know, but I also know that you know I'm here to teach, and that you have the patience to watch this even though you know what to do. So the first thing I do is line up the white cardstock on the black line that is on the folders. Then I pinch it, I lay it on platform number 1, and then I grab platform number 4. That's what this means here. I write with a Sharpie on my folders what platforms it takes to make the impression come out perfect, and then I run it through. Crank, crank, crank all the way to the other side, and then put this back behind me. I just love how deep these polka dots are, but like I said, we cannot order these until, thanks Nancy, until May 1st. Again, the 3-pack of these basic folders. All right, so I have my card base, and I have my polka dots, but notice how I have ribbon on the card, and it's underneath the circles of the cats. So what I tell all my customers all the time, they can be repeating it right now with me, is whenever you see ribbon, make sure you get that on the card before you glue it down. This folder reminds me of the candy buttons. I know, you're right, it does. It really does. I didn't think of that, but you're absolutely correct. So you want to put your ribbon on before you glue this onto the base. Otherwise, you have to wrap it around the whole card, and when you open up your card, you would see it on the back. And I mean, that's okay if you have to, but let's try to prevent that, okay? So I'm going to take my ribbon and my ribbon snips. First, I'm going to see if I cut enough. Usually I waste, because I don't measure. Bad, shame on me. Yeah, that's plenty, so I'll tell you how much it is. And then you can judge how much you want to use. 16, 22 inches. So that might be a little too much, but we'll see. Hi, Eva. Okay, so I'm just going to put my ribbon down. I want to tie it in a bow, but I want to tie it to the left of me. So I'm bringing it over here. But because it's not tied down to anything yet, you can move it around. So that's not too big of a deal. Oh yeah, I said, what I say, 22 inches, you could probably go down to 19 or 20. No problem. See all this extra I have. How many inches extra is that? Let's see. Yeah, you could go to 20. And then I'm just going to snip this. Okay. Then after I get my images on here, if I want to, I can move the bow, make it tighter, shorter. Oh, that looks really cute just like that. Okay. So in advance, I'm going to save this because this is one of those bows that you can just cross like this, put down with a mini glue dot and use on your card. So I will save that with my spool. So no waste there. All right. In advance, I did cut out the circles. So right now I can lay this here and see how it's going to look. And I'm happy with where the bow is as far as being on the left, and it's a quarter of the way down the card. So that means I am comfortable with gluing this down. Now I chose to use the Stamparatus when stamping on this card because I'm using black ink for a solid image. So see how solid this cat is? If I was to stamp that without a Stamparatus and it didn't come out as dark as it is here, it just wouldn't look as cute to me. So in order to prevent that from happening, I'm going to use my Stamparatus. I've got the head over heels on there already. I'm just going to take it off and start over anyway. Set that down. And what I'm going to do first, I was feeling to see if I have one on there, and I do, but it's pretty used up. So I am going to grab another. What do I keep doing with my mini glue dots? Let me grab another pack. Oh, they're over on my other work table getting ready for a class. They're over there. Okay. So I'm going to just grab one mini glue dot, and I am going to set it right here on my Stamparatus. And yes, we do have the magnets to hold down the paper, but this is a smaller circle, And I don't know if these will get in the way of the image, so I just put a mini glue dot there so it wouldn't move around on me. Now I need my stamp. And I've got the little head over heels guy. And I think I cleaned them off when I used them to make this card, but I'm not positive. And I don't want to put a dirty stamp on the paper just in case. Nope, I hadn't cleaned it off. Shame on me. So I'm just cleaning that real good before I start stamping. Okay. So now I am going to take my kitty and I'm going to place him right on the circle where I want him to be. And then I'm going to close down my Stamparatus. And the stamp is attached right where it needs to be to stamp on this circle. Now I can take, let's move my cards. I can open up my stamping pad. I'm going to put the lid underneath here because if I don't put anything under there, this hinge is at an angle, and with you pressing on it, you could crack something. Most likely you won't, but I don't want to take a chance. We do not sell the acrylics separately. Stampin' Up! Does not sell the acrylics separately, so you don't want to break yours. I have a solid image here, so I am going to rub in a circular motion. See how the center of that did not get any ink? Now I can tap and get ink on there really well. Then I'm going to close up my Stamparatus, put the palms of my hands down on top, and press, and let the ink soak in. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Jocelyn. All right. Now look at that image. It's okay, but it's kind of grainy. It's okay, but I'm not, you know, I want it to be pitch black. So I'm going to ink it up again, and I'm going to stamp it again. And there is no way I could have done this perfectly without a Stamparatus. Okay, I even think this could use one more. That's just picky me. Okay, yes. Now, look, perfectly black. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to take my cherry cobbler, and if I remember right, my blending pen, my fine point doesn't have much ink in it anymore. My blending brush pens are very old. I've had them since they came out, and I am going to color the heart in red. This is cherry cobbler. You could use real red if you'd like. It's a little bit lighter. And it might show up, well, it will show up differently. Okay, so I cleaned off my stamp now. Good girl. I'm not always a good girl. And then I'm going to take, head over heels, that one. Okay, so I'm going to take this off the little glue dot, spin it until it lets loose, and then I will bring it over to the side and get it out of the way. And then I have two pieces of basic white cardstock, and they're cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. One of them is for stamping, and the other one is for writing your message. I'm using the lines of the Stamparatus grid paper to line up my square. This time I know the paper is big enough for me to use my magnets. These magnets are powerful, powerful magnets, so you try to keep them as far apart from each other as you can, because if you get them any closer, they'll just clang together and they can break. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to take the head over heels and set it down just like I did with the cat. No, I don't want it that way. I just remembered what I need. Okay, so now, okay, well, this is a good learning lesson here. I want my paper to be angled like this, like a diamond. So I'm going to use the center line here for the tip of the paper to be there, and the other one here, and then I will be straight. Oh my goodness, I almost blew it. That was a close one. Now, put my head over heels up there, grab it with the Stamparatus, ink it up. Now these are, this is a sentiment. I'm not going to press real hard because the wording is small, letters are small, so I'm just going to let it sit there a second and soak in. If I would have pressed really hard, I could actually smash the letters and they look wider and not as attractive. I want them a little darker, so I'll do the same thing again. It's with the solid images that I really give it my weight and some pressure. There, now it looks perfect. Remember to keep these magnets away from each other. And we're done with the Stamparatus. Okay. So here's 1, 2, and here's my other one for the inside when I get there. Let's put the cat together onto the scallop circle from the layering dies. There we go. Hi, Julia. There we go. When I have a solid black image like this, or a solid image period, that I just stamped a few minutes ago, I don't want to rub it just in case it smears. The Memento ink does not dry instantly, so I turn it over like this and do my rubbing to get the glue stuck down onto the layer piece really well. Now I can bring my card over, and I can put more glue here. Get your ribbon down flat and add your kitty cat. Okay, I want to rub some more. So I'm going to grab a Post-it note and press that down really well, and I will not be touching the black cat and maybe making a mess with that. Okay, so now the front of our card is all done. Sweet as could be, and this is a great layout for a million cards, whatever image you want inside that circle. All right, now here's the fun part. We have a 6x6, and like I said, any 6x6 designer series paper that you want to use, and your paper trimmer, and your scoring blade. Move your cutting blade out of the way. So we're going to start by putting the top of the paper up against the ledge and the left-hand side up against the 3 on your ruler. Remember, this is 6x6, so in other words, we're going right down the middle. 3. Now, designer series paper isn't as thick as cardstock, so I'd rather go up and down a few times than press really hard one time. Okay, then I'm going to angle this. I barely pressed at all. Let me do that again. Press a little harder this time. Now I'm going to go for the tip into the track and the bottom tip into the track. Make sure they're both right in the middle of the track. And then I'm going to score again. Give it some pressure. Then I'm going to turn it one more time and go back to the 3. So when I burnish, I'll show you guys seen what I've done. Okay. I know it's hard to see on the checker paper, so I'm going to fold where I just made all these lines, and I'm going to burnish with my bone folder too as well. So there's the middle, one of the 3, so from 3. Then I went corner to corner, so let's do the corner to corner and burnish. And then I did the other. Then I did 3 again. 3 again. And we're going to burnish. Now, most of the time, every once in a while I forget, but whenever I have what I call a star, a connection point for that many score lines, I don't want to weaken it by burnishing over that, so I kind of skip it and just burnish from the center out. Okay. So now I want to push these in, just like that. Push this down and in just like that. And I'm going to burnish again, and now I have a square. Now I want the blue to be the inside, so I'm going to go back. And then I'm going to have the blue to be my inside. Okay, I don't know why I'm confusing myself right now. I folded it super easy the other way. And now I'm confusing myself. Make your square, make your square. It made it easy this way, didn't it? So I just got to make it easy this way. Oh, come in this way. Okay, got it. Confusion gone. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so I want the blue to show because my card's blue. Okay, so head over heels is going to fit right up in here. We can put that in now. But I wanted my heart to hang across and kind of pop up when I open the card. So I took my 1/2 inch circle punch. Oh, what was on my finger? There we go. And a scrap piece of white. And I cut out 4 circles. I call these reinforcers because this paper is designer series paper, so it can be thin. And I am going to punch a hole to help reinforce that ribbon so as it works, it doesn't just tear. So I need to put a little bit of glue. That's quite a bit. So let's take and just match these guys up. Okay. And then I'm going to put one of them right here. So the edge of the circle is hitting the score line, and then the other edge is hitting the end of the card. And then the same here. Okay. And if you have the time, you can just let it dry a second. And then I'm going to take my hole punch and punch a hole right in the middle. Now it might lift when I take this off because the glue's not dry. And this is an old hole punch, and it sometimes grabs like that. Yeah, I like to reinforce whenever I'm using circles for any method like this, especially if you're using designer series paper. Okay, and then I'm going to talk about the backs in a minute. That's what the other 2 are for in a minute. So let's take our baker's twine, And this is a brand new pack, so I get to find the end on camera. Oh, that was easy. I lucked out. Now, you could put this through and tie a bow. You could put this through and tie a knot. You could do all kinds of things, right? Well, let's do, you know me, I try to think of easy ways. So let's put more glue on here on these two and let them start to set up. Okay. My lid back on. Okay, so now I'm going to grab, oh, this looks so cute with this baker's twine. So I'm just going to stick the end in the hole. And I'm going to pull it through and let some hang. Then I'm going to see how much I need. Again, I cut a little bit more because I'd rather have too much than not enough. And then I put it through the hole again and pull. Okay. All right, so I think that's a little bit too much. That's good right there. So when I feel it's good, I take the back and just put this right over and pinch them. And then I snip this off. And that's going to hold it together. Pull it down. I found it so much easier than tying knots and not making them big enough and making a bow and have that hanging everywhere. So that's what I did. And then we can cut it off. And the back looks nice. Okay. So there we go. Just like that, right? All right. Now when you hang your heart, you're here, this is the radiating hearts, and you can definitely tell the front from the back. So I'm getting both fronts and putting them face down onto my grid paper. And I'm going to put glue on both of them. And when you put it on the string, it makes a difference where you put it. If you put these hearts even, half the hearts up here and half the hearts down here, it'll flip and keep going upside down. So you want to place your heart You want to place the baker's twine towards the top of your heart like this. So like almost just like a third of the way down. And then take the other one and just stick them together for weight, for thickness, and for security, and for good looks. And that way it'll hang straight. Okay? So if you put this lower, if you put the baker's twine in the middle, it'll spin. At least mine did. So I want to make sure you know that. Okay, one more thing. I have to add this. And this is where I can sign my message. Write my message. Cute, cute, cute. You could use more images here if you wanted to. Make it back into a square. Get in there. Yes. Yep. All right, now to put this in, make sure it's straight. You got the right side. So you're going to put glue on the back. And you're going to put this point right up to the fold. And get it straight, and it fits perfect. The corners fit perfect onto your card. See that? Then you're going to put glue here. Thank you, guys. I love hearts. I love them. And you're going to close this up. Press. Now I know my cat is dry by now. Press this down because I didn't let it set up at all, just because I'm, you know, taking up your time. And there we go. Little love heart. So when you open up the card, you will see that heart. I don't know how good you guys can see it on camera, but I just think it's adorable. Love this, Julia. Oh, good. You're going to do this. All right. All right. I just love it too. So you know what I was thinking. Okay, say this is a baby card. You could hang like a baby clothes or anything you wanted to hang. This could be a clothesline. Now, if you want this a little bit shorter, and there's the string there, you could pull it and then make it a little shorter if you want. The card still does, it did stand up on my tablecloth in my kitchen. Let's see if it stands up on paper, you know, paper on paper. Because sometimes the portrait size cards start to spread, but this one's doing well. When it stands up like this and you pick it up, the heart does hang out. But look at that. Yes, so this little heart and this little heart lets the person know that you're head over heels about them. I hope you enjoyed yourself here today. Thank you so much for coming, and we will see you on Tuesday at 2 Pacific time. I'm going to hang here a minute in case you have questions. You'll definitely try this. Wow, 3 people said they're going to try this. I think I saw 3 people say that. Yay. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. You're welcome, Roz, always. Good, Jocelyn. I'm glad you like it. You're welcome. All right, everybody. I don't see any questions. I'm glad you like it, Eva. Okay, good night.